Hey everyone, this is Kimmy. I am Mama on a Mission, and today I have another What Sold video to share with you. If you are new on the channel, I am a 14-year online reseller where I primarily sell on eBay, Poshmark, and Depop currently. And I mostly do clothing with a little bit of shoes, accessories, and every once in a while a hard good item. So on my What Sold videos, I literally share with you guys what exactly is selling in my shop, my eBay store. And because the summer slowdown has hit me a little bit, I have been combining my normal videos. So typically my What Sold videos have been weekend videos, which are 2-day videos, just Saturday and Sunday sales. And then the rest of the week is a 5-day What Sold video, Monday through Friday. Because the summer slowdown has hit me, and I mean, I can kind of blame it a little bit on the summer slowdown, which is a thing that has always affected me personally as a reseller. Also, I don't think I'm doing my job as well as I should be, because I too am part of the summer slowdown, if that makes any sense at all, because I am so busy. I'm not always necessarily doing the things that I should be doing as a reseller. However, so today's What Sold video is going to be both the 2-day and the 5-day combined. And if I am going to be honest with you, it's not great. Like, it's not good. It's actually worse than the last time, but me trying to stay positive here. Look, I have my hair down. It's kind of a moppy mess. I still have great sales to show you. So just because my sales aren't as high as I would normally expect, or that I was like as high as I was hoping for, doesn't mean I don't have good things to show you guys. I definitely have some great sales in here. There's just not as many of them as normal, and that's kind of why I've been putting together the 2-day and 5-day, because, I mean, I'll go over the numbers here in a minute, but they're just not as great as normal. But if you haven't seen some of my videos recently, I'm not alarmed by this. I am typically pretty prepared, or at least like mentally prepared, for the fact that my business, I've always seen a summer slowdown. So it's not necessarily anything that's that abnormal. However, these numbers are not great. So let's get to the numbers before I bore y'all all to death. This is the worst. Does anybody watch The Office out there? I love the series The Office, which they don't make anymore, but Michael Scott always goes, "This is the worst. This is the worst." Literally, my worst sales of 2025 for me in June. But again, I know it's kind of dramatic, but at the same time, it's expected for me. So it is what it is. So let's go over the numbers. So this is for the 2-day is a weekend, and the 5-day is obviously the middle of the week. We're doing June 7th through the 13th. And so for 2 days, this is not great. This actually did not hit my goal. My normal goal as a part-time reseller, I do this part-time, is $100 in sales per day. And my last weekend did not even hit that, which is disappointing. And I laugh because what are you going to do, right? I mean, it is what it is. My eBay for 2 days did $115.69. My Poshmark did $57. So my total for 2 days was $172.69 in sales. That's less than my goal and not fantastic. So then for the 5-day part, my eBay sales were $314.60, and that was 10 sales. Poshmark was $172 in 5 days, which still, again, is not that great. I don't know if I'm still being punished from getting in trouble with that whole listing debacle thing. But so my 5-day total was $486.60. Again, less than my normal goals. And if you guys go back to some of my what sold videos not that long ago, like I'm hitting $100 no problem. Like some of my videos I was hitting $200 in sales in one day. So not even to hit $100 is not great, but that's okay. So for 7 days, 1 week of sales, $659.29. The worst I've done in a long time. So I've obviously already kind of addressed this in my last couple videos. I do anticipate the summer slowdown. That's fine. I also have not been doing my job like I mentioned earlier in the video, meaning that I also am busy and I haven't been in the normal schedule that I should be. I am trying to make sure I get to all the things, relisting, delisting, regular listing, all the things. But summer here in Wisconsin, when we're finally able to do things, sometimes there's a lot to do. And I think that's why there is a summer slowdown for so many of us. My kids are in athletics and I love gardening and I love watching my birds. I'm like an old lady. I was talking to one of my girlfriends today. I need a shirt that just says, I'm an old lady, but I don't look like an old lady, but basically I am, because I love watching my birds. Like, I am just an old soul, maybe. And so I'm trying to enjoy the things I can while I can, because in a couple months, I'll be cooped up in the house. So I too am to blame. I'm taking some accountability myself that my sales might not be as good as normal. Also, because I am enjoying the summer slowdown myself. As in, like, we have other things to do but shop. So it is what it is. $659 in 7 days is not fantastic. However, it's okay. So I will literally show you guys what has been selling for me. And like I said, I do have some great sales in here, things to learn. All of us can learn. You guys check in. Let me know how you're doing mid to late June here. How are your sales? How are things like going for you? I love connecting with you all. Check in. Let me know how things are going. And let me know what you think about these sales. I'm going to show you. There's some good ones. It's just the volume isn't there. 24 sales in 7 days really isn't that great for me. Usually I would have a lot more. So let's go check out these sales. Okay, here we go. This is the portion of the video where I screen share the items that are selling in my shops. Here we are starting off with Poshmark. This is a brand that I mention a lot on my page. It is Knox Rose. This is not a brand that is going to give you $1 million sales. So you really have to, if you're going to flip this item, this brand, it has to be at a very low cost of goods. However, it does pretty well for me. This is a midi dress, size medium, red floral print, boho and beach. It really had a really nice pattern here. Midi or maxi length are going to do better, and the more like boho floral print, like, look how cute this is. This is super cute. You're going to get around $20 to $30 for Knox Rose dresses that have like a boho hippie feel that are midi to maxi length. And this one sold for $24, which is basically where I expected it to be. Really pretty dress. A basic brand, but this is bread and butter for me all day. Now, honestly, this is a shocking sale considering it's June. This is a vintage LL Bean wool sweater, size large, Fair Isle fisherman, made in Norway. Now, if you find any of these vintage fisherman sweaters with that Fair Isle kind of Nordic print, it can be a pickup depending on the price. Now, made in Norway, this was an all day for me. Look at this gorgeous print. I love this sweater. It's just alarming that it sold in the middle of June. Like, I don't remember where this was going, but it just seems out of place. But I guess as a reseller, that also tells you that you just never know when something will sell. This sold for $39 plus shipping. This is a brand I do love to sell in shoes and sandals. It's Earth Origins women's sandal, size 8, adjustable. I find most of these adjustable shoes, water shoes, sandals at the bins, and that's where I found this as well. Just like a very classic pair of shoes, sandals, and it being adjustable is super helpful. But Earth, it's an okay brand. Like, if you can find them for $1 or at the bins, it will be an okay flip. This is bread and butter all day for me, and it was $22 plus shipping. Now, this is a brand I thought I would share because I don't know a ton about it. It's standards and practices. This is a pair of straight leg jeans in size 16, which is a great size. I honestly don't know a ton about this brand. However, the style with the straight, a little bit of destructiveness, and, it's like a medium to darker wash. I thought it was an okay pickup at the Goodwill bins. And when you guys can take, 75 cents or $1 if you have that opportunity and turn it into, this sold for $26. That's honestly fantastic. If you don't have a bins or you don't like going to the bins, then my other suggestion would be to go to church sales or garage sales, or really hone in on some of your thrift stores that do discounts. Maybe there's a half off discount or a color change, or a couple of my thrift stores do holiday changes. Like they'll do a sale for just one day, like July 4th, everything's half off. And maybe that's an opportunity for you. Now, this is a brand that I don't always pick up anymore. It's Tommy Bahama. This is a size medium nylon blend dress. Again, I picked this up at the bins, and these are great bread and butter sales. Tommy Bahama, you really have to be really kind of cautious about, though, lately, in my opinion. Although, if you're picking it up at 50 cents to 75 cents at a bins or a rummage sale, it might work in your business model, and that's completely okay. This sold for $22, and if you're wondering, $22 plus Poshmark shipping ends up being about $30, and that's why people offer that amount, and, that's okay. So this is a $30, for my consumer, it's $30, and in the store, what is a Tommy Bahama dress? You're looking at easily $70, $80, $90, so it's a good value for my customer. And honestly, this is a great pickup. I still like Tommy Bahama, but you just have to be kind of cautious about what you're doing. Springstep, I talk about this brand a lot. I do a lot in items and shoes that I find at the bins. Really super cute pair of shoes. Again, sold for $23 plus shipping. They probably paid about $31. But if you look up Springstep sandals, you're talking about $80, $90, $100 pair of sandals. Like, things are not cheap anymore. So this really is a great value, and they're in great condition, super cute style. If you're at the bins or if you're at a garage sale, if you can get shoes for a couple dollars, it might be worth it. Now, this is a brand that is a designer, higher end brand called Theory, but sometimes it doesn't sell for as much as you would hope or think based off of the retail price, because it sells for so high at a retail cost, and then it only resells for much less than that. So that's definitely something to keep in mind. Or the sell-through rate, or how quickly it will sell, is slow. So I always mention to you guys about these designer brands that, as exciting as they are to find sometimes, they might not sell as quickly as you would hope. But Theory merino wool blend, men's size extra large, solid black crew neck sweater. I put in the keywords luxury and preppy. You definitely could use quiet luxury, minimalist, closet staple, executive, business, all of those different keywords there. This still sold for a great price. And honestly, in the middle of June, it's not a bad sale, because who is buying these things? Fisherman's giant, heavy fisherman sweaters and wool sweaters in the middle of June. I don't know. There's definitely a amount of people who are planning ahead, and perhaps that's the case. Like, these people are already over summer. They already bought all their things for summer. Like, people start buying things way ahead of the season, and that's okay. So maybe that's the case, is that this person is already planning for fall, and they picked up a really nice sweater here, and I really do hope that they enjoy it. It's just funny how the timing can be sometimes. This was a really nice soft surroundings piece. Now, soft surroundings I have to be really picky on lately. This did have a size extra large. It does have this really fun tie-dye print, soft surroundings, women's size extra large, tie-dye open front cardigan. A lot of my soft surroundings is only going for between $20 and $25. So maybe 3 years ago, soft surroundings would have been like kind of a BOLO. So again, as I'm always mentioning to you guys, some of these brands like come and go. A BOLO today does not necessarily mean it's going to be a BOLO in 2 years. And in a lot of cases, things that I sold 5 years ago, nobody cares about anymore. So always keep that in mind. This is a lovely scarf that I got at the bins. 100% wool, made in India scarf. I put paisley and boho. When I listened to Quemby, she is the Grateful reseller. She has a YouTube page as well. She does a lot in scarves, and she always says that one of her deciding factors as far as picking an item up is that there's a brand and there is a material tag. So something to keep an eye out for. This really did not have a brand, but it was just so pretty. Look at the details. There was all these sequins and this beading. And at the bins, I don't even know where all the items go after the bins. I just could not let this go. I probably paid 50 cents, and this sold for $19.34, and that's okay. That's a great bread and butter sale for me. If you're looking to do more in scarves, look for details, obviously material content, where it was made, and of course brand. This one didn't have brand, and it still did okay, and so that's all right. I'm doing a lot more in Ralph Lauren. This is a Ralph Lauren Polo Golf, made in Peru, which usually means that the material is a Pima cotton. And there you go. It says 56% Pima cotton. And that's very common with, I believe, like for the Pima cotton is like a premium material that people look for. So always look for that. And then also when it says performance on a lot of these athletic or athleisure brands, you might want to keep an eye out for that. If it says performance or moisture wicking or quick drying, right? All those things could be a reason to look it up. Although I will say that there's a lot to look through in those categories. This polo sold for $21.97 from Ralph Lauren, made in Peru, like Pima cotton, and it was a size XXL in men's, and I do think that kind of helped the sale. Now, this is a great brand, one you definitely want to pay attention to. Here is the logo, N-A-O-T. I really don't know how to pronounce this. Naote. N-A-O-T. This is a great brand. These Mary Jane shoes, size 8, sold for $39.76. And that is a fantastic sale. I definitely would say, you guys know that I sell all kinds of different things, whether it's material or style or vintage. If you are looking for a brand to know in shoes, this is definitely one of them. N-A-O-T. Naote. Naote. I really don't know how it's pronounced. I'm just trying to pronounce it as, I don't know. This actually flipped super quick. Vermont Country Store button-up plaid dress shirt. Dress. Button-up plaid dress. And it sold, it was less than a week, I'm pretty sure. And it sold for $36.27. Let's look in the description here. I put peasant, prairie, cottagecore, country, and classic, which are all applicable as far as I'm concerned. A really nice blue and red, white, yellow. I feel like that's like a really common plaid to like find, with that navy blue and then like the yellow, the white, the red. So this was all, this was a great find and a great sale. Full button up dresses with pockets. Look for plaids or florals, midi to maxi length. That's where you can get an opportunity to make money. Now, this is a vintage Wrangler authentic Western apparel, size medium, 100% cotton button-up shirt. So look at this design. Oh my gosh, this was fantastic. It's like this bright blue with these like little lightning bolts. I put in the keywords cowboy and retro. Definitely could go equestrian, rodeo, those types of things. This is just a fantastic piece, found at the bins and sold for $31.10. Equestrian and rodeo type of items are definitely in right now, so keep an eye out for that. Now, this is funny enough, like my husband and I, when he has a day off, every once in a while, we'll go out, which means like we'll get lunch and then we'll stop at a thrift store. We both like to eat and I like to thrift, and that's sometimes that's what happens. And so we ended up at a thrift store. He really loved this item. It's, he's really into baseball items. And the thing is this was priced up for $14.99 because it's a jersey and it's a unique one. But this ended up selling for $60 plus shipping. I am no expert at jerseys or sports like apparel or sports memorabilia. My husband really thought this was a nice item and he wanted to flip it, and I was okay with that. We definitely made profit off of that. Now, this is a brand. This is a QVC brand, Lori Felt, Los Angeles. size large, tall. It's the silky flare pull-on jeans. Denim is always changing and something that you need to keep an eye out for as far as what people are wearing. I mean, I am still a skinny, well, I always say this, I'm not a skinny girl whatsoever, but I still like wearing skinny jeans. However, the trends and the fashion trends say that skinny is out. It's important for us as resellers to know that. Anything at least boot cut, flare, trouser, those are more of the styles. Wide leg, especially wide leg. That's what the consumers are mostly looking for. So definitely keep that in mind. However, Lori Felt is a QVC brand that does well for me. These were a flare pull-on jeans, and they sold for $24.34. So that is also a great sale for me. All right, there you have it. Even though the week has been a little bit slower than what I would hope to be, some like great sales in there, some great bread and butter, some good brands to know, styles to know. I'm still really happy with those sales. Hopefully you guys find some of that information helpful. I mean, nobody likes to know that their sales are down, right? But I really genuinely feel like a little newscaster. You guys know I always do that with my papers. A little newscaster thing. I really genuinely believe that it will turn around. July still might be rough, right? People do things. They travel. They go places. The 4th of July, all these different things. In fact, I will be gone a little bit. So hopefully I can figure out a way to finagle in videos and my selling. And I have not decided what I'm going to do with my shops, my stores, if I'm going to leave them on vacation, which I see a lot of resellers do. So my birthday's in July. And my sons have a big tournament that we go to, which just happens to coincide with my birthday. And so we'll be gone for a couple days. We turn it into a little bit of a vacation, but some resellers leave their stores on vacation that still allows sales. And I have always just been so nervous to do that because I don't want my customer to think that I'm around. Like maybe they missed the little, like the thing that says, hey, I'm away for 6 days. I don't think it's going to be 6 days, but you know what I mean? I am concerned that maybe they are expecting me to ship and I don't want to disappoint them. I never intentionally disappoint my customers. So I haven't decided. Do I stay or do I go? Do I leave my eBay on or do I not? I don't know. I haven't decided. Those are my options, especially with eBay's. I can leave it on vacation mode, showing I'm away, that your shipping is going to be delayed, but you can still purchase, or I'm going to shut her down, which is usually what I do, if I'm being honest, because I'm a thinker. So if I know I have a sale out there and I'm going to be away for 3 days, I'm just wondering if the customer is going to be upset with me, and I don't want to let anybody down. So we'll see. You guys chime in. What should I do? Have you used the vacation mode on eBay that says, hey, I'm away, you can still purchase, but I'm not going to ship for 4 days, right? So that is my concern about that. Let me know what you think. Long story short, I am one of those people, even in July, I'm going on a little, it's not even a vacation. Like that's like the nicest thing. Like I'm not going to Cancun. Someone send me to Cancun. I'm not going in, like, it's still great. I don't want to sound negative. It's still gonna be great to spend time with my family. My boys will be playing baseball. We'll be away from the house. However, I'm not going to Cancun. But I am one of those people in July who's doing something, which means I'm going to be away from my normal like schedule of being at home, right? So again, June, July typically being some of my lower sales because people are just living life. And like I said in one of my last videos, we have to live life. We cannot just work and die, okay? We have to live. So I'm really looking forward to it. I know my boys are looking forward to getting away for a couple days in July. But I'm just putting it out there that I'm also part of that piece of the puzzle as far as why June and July sometimes can be slower. Again, you guys check in. Let me know. Is that applicable for you? I hope that my next 7 day is better than this though, because this is the worst in a long time. So I'm closing down the little paper shop here where I keep all my information. I've already done my listing. I did my shipping. I did my cross posting and my relisting today. So from here, I'm going to go to bed. And sometimes that's like the best part of your day. I don't know. Does that sound ungrateful? I'm just saying, like, I'm thankful. I did all the things, and I'm ready to get some Z's and start tomorrow a new fresh day. I think I'm going to go sourcing. I do need to do a haul video and get some more items processed. I have a ton of fall items, and I don't know if it's too early to list them. If you actually made it all the way to the end where you're still listening to me, you guys let me know. Is it too early to start like listing some of these fall items, or should I just kind of like shove them to the back of my processing bin over here where I put all the items that I'm trying to list? I don't know. I'm like kind of torn because we're already heading towards July, and August for sure people start flipping to the next season. So you just never know. Are the stores full of Halloween candy yet? It seems they do that so early. I don't know. But I hope I hear from you, subscribe, all the things. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.